All right, hello everyone. We are playing Sunhaven today. They just released the game in full. It was in pre-release, early access on Steam, and now they've released the game in full. So let's check out what there is new in these 1.0 patch notes. Looks like they've added some new customization options across all races, so we'll have to check that out here in a little bit. They've added a few new pets, and they've noted that more are coming soon. They finally added the museum as well, so there are 225 items to collect. I believe you can just throw those in the museum. Revamped multiple interiors all around the game with new art. That'll be interesting. Everything in Withergate now buys and sells in tickets. Okay, that's interesting. So you might not be able to, or we may have to find a different way to transfer our gold into tickets. Same with Nelvari with mana orbs. Although in my first playthrough I didn't have a ton of problems getting mana orbs. It was more tickets that I was concerned with. Looks like all seeds in Withergate and the Nelvari now have higher interest rates than Sunhaven seeds to account for intended game pacing. They have their prices adjusted to make the beginning section of these areas more difficult, but easier later on. Okay, so it might be a little bit more difficult to get through Nelvari and Withergate. In my first playthrough, a lot of the RPG stuff I ended up completing within the first in-game year, so that could be interesting. You'll get maybe a little bit more time in Sunhaven doing your farming stuff before going on to Withergate and Nelvari. New settings for improved quality of life. We'll have to check those out. And 100 of little polish things. I'll see if I am able to notice those. New hair options. Ooh, a bald option. That's kind of cool. 3 new eye options. Elven and demon customizations. Ooh, halo color. I played an angel in my first playthrough, so that's cool. We'll have to check that out. Added 10 new pieces of angel customization. That's kind of cool. Amari cat and dogs, they can select their ear colors. Doesn't look like there's an Amari bunny option, which is kind of what I was hoping for. A water elemental option, though, that could be pretty cool. Looks like they are planning on doing some more character customization updates. That'll be interesting. And then we have a breakdown of the museum. So we've added the museum, or they've added the museum with 3 sections: the Hall of Gems, Hall of Culture, and the Aquarium. Each item completed will be visible on a pedestal, and all fish donated in the aquarium will show up in the aquarium fish tanks. That's pretty cool. Something else to do with your fish, especially if you have kind of rare level fish. That could be cool. Each bundle completion immediately grants rewards. Okay, we'll have to see about that. Adding rewards available at the front desk for every 10 unique items donated to the museum. Okay, that's kind of cool. Each section of the museum has its own curator explaining each wing of the museum. Huh. Okay. Added 4 new armor sets and 3 new pets. And that's all a part of the museum. Okay, that'll be interesting. Fish tanks. Players can now take fish tanks, a decoration that displays your caught fish. That's pretty cool. They've done some balancing, it looks like. Increase the sell price of most Withergate and Nelvari craftable items. items. That'll be good. You might be able to get some more tickets and mana orbs quicker if you are selling things. Increase the cost of most furniture and purchasable items. Rebalance consumable items to generally restore more health and mana. Increase number of food items, giving max HP to make beating Dynas slightly easier. That'll be interesting. I definitely wasn't a combat specialist in my first playthrough, so we will maybe see. Maybe these items will make it a little bit easier to just beat Dynas outright. Rebalanced the seed makers. Okay, that could be interesting. I wonder if they've made those a little bit quicker. I know I was always waiting on the seeds to the seed makers to finish. Increased cost of carrot sword and egg crossbow. That kind of sucks a little bit. I know I built that egg crossbow pretty early on, and that increased my combat capacity pretty well early on. Was a big help, but looks like that cost is going to be a little bit higher now. Reduce the number of bomb fish needed for the fishing boss. That'll be interesting. I haven't played since 0.8 was released, so I haven't tried out either the new fishing boss or I believe it's a new mining boss as well. So that could be interesting. Quality of life settings. Adding a setting to turn on invincibility. Okay, that's cool. If you want to play a little bit more casually and not worry about those enemies too much, that's nice. Added a setting to turn off seasonal bosses, seasonal pests. So if you just want to play the farm sim and not do so much of the combat or RPG stuff or seasonal kind of quests, you can do that. You can turn off shadows if you're having a problem running the game. Okay, that's kind of cool. You can skip the intro of the game if you're just looking to get into a new playthrough. You don't want to go through all of the beginning cutscenes and stuff on the train. Looks like we had some new sound effects, further Type O fixes, 2 new fertilizers. That'll be interesting. Sleeping now recovers more mana and HP. That's helpful. I found when I was drained, I found that recovering that mana overnight was pretty difficult. Sucks when you have to, wake up in the morning and you're going to tend your crops and you have no mana left. Updating scroll wheel speed on multiple UI menus. Okay. Updated hitboxes and certain furniture. Let's see if we notice any of those. Oh, sorry, it wasn't mining. It was the crafting slime boss that they added. Okay, so some people were having trouble encountering that crafting slime boss on their old saves. So they've changed that so that if you want to use your old save file, you can still encounter those bosses. And a whole bunch of other issues. Looks like they've fixed quite a few bugs. We'll have to see. I had a bug in my first playthrough where a couple of tiles wouldn't, they just weren't usable on my farm. I couldn't place anything, couldn't plant crops. So we'll have to see, maybe have those changed. Some more sound effects, more editing, and coming soon. Looks like they're trying to get this out onto the Nintendo Switch still. They're going to do some more customization, more pets, more dialogue. Looks like they have kids on the list as well. That could be interesting. I wonder if they'll have an adoption option or something like that, given that you can have homosexual relationships farm buildings. Oh, okay, so it looks like we could maybe get a sheds or a greenhouse. That could be interesting. I wonder what the functions of sheds will be, because right now barns are kind of a way that you can do more storage. Like you can keep your crafting tables and things like that in your barns. So perhaps the barn use will change if there are some sheds there as well. We'll have to see. Proximity animations and some minor DLCs. I know they're going to continue to expand the game even though it is now fully released in 1.0. So we'll have to keep an eye on what those changes are going to be coming in the future. For now, let's get into a new playthrough, kind of see what character options they have available here. So if you've never played Sunhaven before, there are a few different race options. You have the human, you have the elf, you have demon, angel, Amari, elemental, and naga. And each of these has their own kind of boon or perk, and they help you in different ways throughout the game. And of course, each of them has their own customization option. So let's take a look at those. Humans are resourceful and ambitious. Humans have worked to emerge as one of the most prominent races in the world. A legacy of defying the odds and overcoming every obstacle is the birthright of this industrious race. Humans carry the uncanny desire not to just meet expectations, but surpass them. And it seems like the boon is you get to begin the game with the expert crafter effect. You're a natural leader in crafting and skilled labor, increasing the speed you and fellow players craft by 20%. So if you're playing in a multiplayer setting, you and your friends both get that expert crafter effect. Let's check out some of these customization options for human. We've got our various skin colors. Looks like we have a few more hair options that have been added there. That's kind of cool. And we have all the different eyes. Looks like you can still have all these nice facial hairs. I think they've added a couple of those. Looks like still the same options for clothing, and same with pants. And the elves are one of the oldest races in the world and are mystically attuned to the flow of life energy around them. Friends to all plants and animals, they are most at home in forests. However, younger members of this race are now spreading out into the world and creating villages where elves have never been seen before. It's kind of cool. The boon, or the perk that elves get, you get to begin the game with Elven Eyes effect. Your keen elven eyes detect every movement with peerless accuracy, increasing damage while wielding a crossbow by 10%. That's pretty cool. Myself, I was not one to choose the hand-to-hand combat option, so I definitely stuck to my crossbow throughout my first playthrough. That would definitely be handy for that. Looks like we have similar options here for hair and stuff. Maybe a couple more options. That's pretty cool. They have updated the hair quite a bit, actually, it looks like, since 0.7. Eyes, more or less the same. Change of color. Face. I'm not sure if this has been expanded or not. I have never played an elf character, so I didn't explore a lot of the face options before. Chest is the same. Pants are the same. Looks like you can have a hat, though, which is quite interesting. Add some extra things to your elf, maybe some horns. Kind of cool. Oh, and they've expanded quite a few more wings. That's pretty cool. Oh, and you can change the color of the wings too. That's really neat. Quite a few character customization options have been added. Take a look at the demon. Cunning and resourceful, demons are creatures of darkness. They thrive in the shadow of night and are driven by their appetite for strength. For what is life's purpose if not to maintain power? This is the demon's creed. I think I created a demon player as my second one there. Just to try it out a little bit, you get to begin the game with a Shadow Rush spell, allowing you to tap into your feral demonic ferocity to increase movement speed by 75% for 5 seconds. That's pretty good to start off with. That'll help you kind of get places quicker, which is great, especially at the beginning of the game when you haven't had a chance to upgrade your movement speed. Looks like we have the same hair options here. Same eye options. Oh, that's actually, I didn't notice this before, but they have some descriptions of the eyes, which is helpful if you can't really see what they're meant to be. Same chest and pants. Lots of options for the face. Oh, looks like they've added some more horns in there too. That's pretty cool. And some different wings as well. Also pretty cool. Kind of a fallen angel sort of wings there. And looks like they've added some new tails. That's new. I like that fire one. That's pretty cool. Incinerated tail. Scorpion tail. Clubbed tail. That's pretty cool. I like these customization options quite a bit. Let's check out the angel. With grace unmatched, angels are beacons of light in the darkest skies. They act as the watchers of the world and chronicle the history of everything they see. While not every angel holds to the exact same principles, whatever path they choose, they will walk with complete devotion. So angels begin the game with the miracle spell, allowing you to call upon an angelic miracle. Forgot to change one of the typos there that they'll have to fix in their next update. Call upon an angelical miracle to heal yourself and nearby players for 20 health. As I said in my first playthrough, I did play an angel. Didn't use the miracle spell a whole lot. It was helpful in the beginning for sure when I wasn't super high with HP and I'm not very good with combat. It helped me explore a little bit, but by the time it came to really explore out into the wilderness, I had other means to heal myself or protect myself, that sort of thing. Check out some of these options. It looks like the hair is more or less the same for everyone. Same with eyes, clothing, and boots. Looks like the face is more or less the same as well. Ability for facial hair. Now the halo, that's nice. They've added this color scheme in a couple of different halos. I went with the classic halo before, which it looks like they've kind of changed it a little bit. I think it was just a straight circle before, but now it looks like it has a different shape to it, which is a little bit cool. It's neat. It still has the glow except for when it's a black halo. That's pretty cool. And looks like they've added some wing options in here as well. I went with classic angel wings in my first playthrough. Ooh, one-winged angel. That's pretty cool. I like that they've added another light option there as well. Awesome. Then we have the Amari. The origins of the Amari exist only as unfounded myth. What is known is that the Amari are strongly linked to their primal spirits, making them loyal allies who are in touch with the wilds of the world. And the Amari begin the game with the primal nature effect. Your animalistic instincts grant your attacks a small chance to restore health. I feel like that could be pretty helpful if those attacks also would apply to your ranged attacks with a crossbow. Otherwise, that might just be for people who are playing combat, up close combat melee. Let's take a look. Okay, so we've got some different bodies. There's a canine, a feline, avian, aquatic, green reptilian, and orange reptilian. Looks like there's not a whole lot of options for hair if you are choosing kind of one of the new additions to the body types. No hair options for the aquatic type. They apparently don't have hair. And it looks like the three kind of main ones, cats, dog, and avian, they have access to all the different hairs. And I believe all of them would have access to the different eyes. Canine faces. Let's take a look at some of these feline faces. Different options for whiskers and things. And what about these? Okay, so seems like the three new additions don't have quite as many options available to them for their facial features and hairstyles. Just one face for that orange reptilian. And looks like the chest and pants are your standard chest and pants. You can change some different tails for the reptiles. Looks like the aquatic body doesn't get any options. Your hair is your hair, your face is your face, and your tail is your tail. Still pretty cool looking guy though. Maybe we'll play him. We'll make a character that is an Amari, perhaps. Okay, avian, not a whole lot of options either, but they do have that hair option. Let's check out the elementals. They said they added a new body for the elementals. Elementals, the oldest of all races. Elementals exist as ethereal beings with bodies of whipping flame or flowing water. All that is known about them is that they are the result of nature's chaotic elements mixed with strange and powerful magic. It is thought that the elementals alive today are the same that have existed for all time, since they seem to have no natural lifespan. That's interesting. I like that take on elementals as kind of being old, primordial, perhaps. Let's take a look at these different bodies. So we have a flame body and a water body. For water, hair is the same, face is the same. Oh, only two options for eyes for the water and your standard clothing. What about flame? Two options for hair, two options for eyes, no options for face, and then your standard options there. So hopefully they will explore a few more options for the elemental in their next update. Take a look at the Naga. The Naga are a secretive race living living underground for generations to keep their culture unspoiled by outside influence. Because they have hid from the surface for so long, they have learned most everything about subterranean living. Survival is the keystone of their culture. That makes sense. That's kind of a cool background. So the boon that they start with is begin the game with Mermaid's Touch effect. Mermaids are naturally familiar with the habits of sea creatures, increasing the sweet spot while landing a fish by 25%. That's pretty good. Nice race option if you plan on doing a lot of fishing. I did quite a lot of fishing in my first playthrough, so that could have been helpful there. I just realized as well I didn't go through the elemental boon. So if you're an elemental player, you begin the game with the elemental tap spell. Your close ties to the natural elements allow you to restore 20 mana to yourself and nearby players. That's pretty helpful. Mana regeneration is always helpful when you are playing, no matter what you're specializing in or what route you're choosing to play the game, whether you are farming or doing combat or mining. It's always helpful to have mana. Anyways, back to the Naga. Let's take a look at some of the choices. You've got all the standard hair choices. Looks like we have more or less the standard chest options. I feel like there's another one added in there, that green one maybe. Eyes, the standard eye options. Oh, it looks like we have some changes to the hoods here. Let's go back to green. That's kind of cool. I believe that's pretty new. And it looks like we have some new tails. So you could be a little bit more mermaid instead of snake. Snake, scale, spike scaled, mermaid. That's pretty cool. So, in addition to choosing a race and your racial features, you also need to choose a profession. So there's farmer. That'll start you off with a few more seeds as well as a little bit of gold in your pocket. There's the orchard farmer, which will start you off with a couple more apple trees and some fruit as well as some gold. There's the rancher, which will start you off with a chicken and some feed as well. You get to name your chicken with that animal name tag. Could be helpful. This one is a good option, especially if you try to go, if you're looking for crossbow combat. That egg crossbow can be accessed fairly early on, especially if you decide to go with this chicken starter pack, getting those eggs for that crossbow early. Again, they've changed that crossbow. They've balanced it a little bit to make it more expensive. So I suspect it won't be quite as early of a grab, but you never know. There's the Explorer option. This one's kind of cool, giving a bonus to movement speed right off the bat. That's helpful, especially if you are coming from a playthrough already where you are used to running quickly and you've just started a new game. You have no movement speed additions whatsoever or buffs. So it's quite a difference, quite a stark difference between going from more advanced playthrough to the beginning. You realize that at the beginning you're quite slow. You could be a spellcaster. This is one that I have yet to try out. I haven't really done a whole lot of spellcasting within my playthroughs. Maybe it's time here eventually to start becoming more of a spellcaster. There's a duelist. Also haven't tried this one. I've stuck mainly to the crossbow combat. Haven't gotten up close and personal quite yet. There's a tool master. That's quite helpful, starting off with an anvil and some copper bars. That'll help you get your beginning tools to go faster, hoe faster, farm faster, water faster, depending on what you're choosing there. There's angler, always helpful to have a small fishing net, especially off the beginning, this is a good way to make some money. Having that fishing net and being able to sell those carp. As you can see, even 4 carp is worth 276 gold. So if you're pulling out a fish every day, then that's gold that'll add up quite quickly. Royalty in the last life, so it looks like you just get your coins, you can spend them on whatever you would like to do, as well as a crown. Not really a helpful crown, it's just a cosmetic sort of thing, doesn't give you any stats, but interesting to choose that option. It will give you the ability to make more decisions with that money that's available to you. And there's Baker. This one's really interesting because you get 2 of the crafting stations, as well as gold and some crafting material, flour, which you can start right off the bat up crafting to potentially sell it as well. And we're back to farmer. So let's go ahead and choose a race for this playthrough. I kind of want to go with this little aquatic Amari guy. Fortunately, this is one that doesn't give us much options, but he is pretty cute. I like that. That kind of blue fish look. You don't want cartoony eyes. I tend to choose these perpetual drows eyes quite a bit. They seem pretty farmery to me. Oh, that's kind of cool, those big, bright, round eyes for a fish-type person. What color do we want to go? Not blue. I like that purple. The pink stands out quite a bit, as well as that yellow. That yellow is pretty cool. I think I'm going to stick with that yellow. No hair options, so it looks like our only options are going to be chest and pants. Let's go with I think I like that moon shirt for this character. And I think let's go with the street pants. I like that kind of darker color there. You want to change the color on those? Yeah, let's make them a little blue. And let's choose our profession. I think this time around I'm going to go with Baker. I like the idea of starting off with those 2 crafting stations. I think it'll be quite helpful for that. And let's name our character. What's a good name for a character? Let's just smash our keyboard. And I'll take the first 4 letters and we'll add a couple vowels in there. Dodgy cow. Sure, let's go with that one. And we'll start our playthrough. So we're here at Lynn's house. She's going to be moving, as you'll see. Are you almost done, Mum? I can't be late for the train. Just a moment, Lynn. If you don't take your time, the metal will warp. You know that. A family of blacksmiths. That's interesting. I know. I just wouldn't want to miss the train is all. What's wrong, Lynn? Well, nothing. It's just I don't know if I'm ready to move so far from home yet. Sunhaven is a whole day's ride away. Oh, Lynn, we'll save up extra coin and visit you, don't worry. But you already put everything into the new home for me at Sunhaven. You didn't even have a cake for your birthday because of me. Huh, don't worry about things like that. Your future is bright. You should be excited for it. What a supportive mom. Sunhaven is home to Salon, one of the world's greatest blacksmiths. You'll make a fine apprentice to him, and you'll learn a lot. You won't even have time to be worried about home, I'd say. You're going to meet new people and see new things. Who knows? You might even get married. Mom. Pressure. Married? That's right. This isn't just a chance to grow as a blacksmith, Lynn. You'll do a lot of growing up, too. Sunhaven is a legendary town. There's a reason so many people go there and find what they're looking for. Now come here. It's done. Try it on quickly. You have to get going. Grandma's old pauldrons. Uh, for me? I have wider shoulders than you, but I think I've made the adjustments properly. They're reminders of where you came from and what you're working for. Your grandmother passed them down to me when I began my blacksmith apprenticeship, and now it's time they were passed on to you. But they fit perfectly. Thank you, Mother. What a sweet gift. I'm really going to miss everyone. Grandma and Grandpa and all of the villagers. We're all going to miss you too, Lynn, but we're expecting great things from you. Ah, it's time. We need to get going. Oh, right, let's go. Lynn begins her adventure. Oh my, so many people. I hope there's a place for me to sit. Um, I'm sorry, but is this seat taken? Sorry, lady. These seats are occupied. Oh, sorry to bother you. I do like how they've also added the change in emotion for the pixel art of each character. We'll see if we can see that again. Hi, hello. I'm sorry to bother, but is this seat taken? Sorry, lady. These seats are spoken for. Oh, there we go. We can see that change. Oh, look, she's so sad. Oh, are you sure? I don't. There doesn't seem to be any. I. Oh, poor Lynn. It's okay. Never mind. Oh, she's got the rain cloud. Poor Lynn is sad. I guess I could try one more time. Oh, and looks like she's coming over to us. Excuse me, but is this seat taken? Not at all. There's room for one more. Oh, really? Oh, I mean, that's good. I was worried I wouldn't find a spot. You're welcome here, Lynn. There's lots of space. I am also alone. Oh, so is that a charm on your belt? People from my village wear charms all the time. What does your charm mean? So, let's see. What do we want to start the game with? Something that gives us more hearts, more gold, maybe some more attack power. I'm not sure what the peace one does. Let's go with riches. Riches are always helpful. Riches, like money, that's not a bad charm to have. No, it's not, Lynn. It is not. Hey, if you don't mind me asking, are you heading to Sunhaven? Well, Lynn, how did you know? We're kind of on the same train going to the exact same location. So you are heading there too. Uh, well, if that's where you're headed, then that will make us neighbors. Ooh, no, we gotta see. Are we gonna flirt with Lynn? Yeah, let's flirt with Lynn. Get that heart meter up there. Oh, I'd be neighbors with you any day, Lynn. Oh, uh, is that so? Well, I'd like to be neighbors with you any day too. Thank you for being so kind. By the way, my name is Lynn. What's yours? Dojikal. That's a very unique name. Correct. This is very unique. Oh, my, you're from the great city. How exciting. I came from a village in the eastern region. It's a lot smaller than Sunhaven. I wonder if you've heard the rumors. It's said that monster folk have been spotted in recent times around Sunhaven. Well, I hate to break it to you, Lynn, but I'm monster folk. And that deep in the forests there's a city of darkness where all sorts of monster folk live. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm not a monster folk. Oh, I see. They say it's why some people are wary to travel to Sunhaven these days. I hope it's only rumors. I mean, Sunhaven must be a safe place, don't you think? After all, they have their very own guardian dragon protecting it, and he must be pretty powerful. Whoa, it sure got dark quite suddenly, didn't it? Did you bring a light, Lynn? Uh, I can't see a thing. What happened to the light? Everyone panic. No, just stay calm. It'll be okay. Let's get that heart up. Oh, what was that? I'm not sure, but I think we're safe now. You don't think it was monsters, do you? Monsters? Now I'm scared. Oh no. No, it's probably nothing, Lynn. You're okay. You're sitting next to a monster. We can't be too far from Sunhaven now, can we? We should be arriving soon. Now arriving at Sunhaven, we seem to have encountered some strange dark fog. So be careful as you step off the train. Thanks, Mr. Train Conductor. My goodness, what happened? Oh, hello, Lucia. I think the lights went out. Oh, and just so you know, your train station is messed up. We saw the cloud of darkness sweeping across the land. It finally stopped here at the train station. Trains won't be able to come and go from Sunhaven like this, but that can wait. Are either of you hurt? It was quite frightening, but no one was hurt. What is that darkness? That is a good question, Lucia. What should we do about the train station? Oh, Nathaniel, you and your rugged good looks. The darkness, whatever it is, looks like it isn't going anywhere or causing any harm. Let's keep an eye on it for the moment until I can learn more about it. So, yeah. Oh, my apologies. You both seem to have arrived under an unusual circumstance. I am Lucia, Archmage and leader of Sunhaven. This is Nathaniel, captain of our city guard. You must be our new apprentice blacksmith Lynn, and that would make you Dojikal, our new farmer. Wow, you're smart. No wonder you're the town leader. Thank you for the compliment. As the leader of Sunhaven, I like to keep on top of things. I also like to meet our new citizens personally. Welcome to Sunhaven. It's good to meet you both. Take my word that you have nothing to fear in Sunhaven. It is our sworn duty to keep the people of Sunhaven safe, no matter what. Don't worry, I will face this darkness. Frederick, my sword. Nathaniel? Yes, sword will be super helpful, Nathaniel. Oh, look at that poor scrub just dragging that sword out. Thank you, Frederick. I don't think a sword will work. We need some time to research and come up with a solution. You may be right. A sword probably isn't the best thing to fight dark magic clouds with. I'll post some guards to keep watch of the area in the meantime. All right, Frederick, false alarm. You are dismissed. Oh, Frederick's a little bit pissed off there. He's a great kid. After his apprenticeship ends, he'll make a fine guard. All in good time. Speaking of good time, maybe it's a good time to show our new citizens to their home? I think you're right, Captain. After what they've been through, I think rest is in order. Come with me, Dodgecall. Your farm is waiting. And I'll show you to your new home, Lynn. It's right near the quarry. I can't wait to see the work you and Salon do. Oh, and it was nice meeting you too, Dodgecall. Thanks for chatting with me on the train, Dodgecall. Maybe we'll be able to talk again soon. Goodbye for now. Oh, and I ask you not mention the darkness to your fellow villagers. I just don't want everyone to worry is all. We've got it under control. Shall we see your new farm together then? Lead the way, Archmage. Welcome again to Sunhaven, Dodgecall. Despite how adventurous your arrival here was, I'm sure we'll have it all figured out soon. Well, here we are, Dodgecall. First things first, though, you need to decide where your house is going to go. Go ahead and pick a spot. Just so you know, the path we're standing on leads directly into Sunhaven. You could place your home close to here if you'd like to be right next to town. I could see some pretty nice spots from here, but it's all up to you to decide. Good luck and farewell for now. Let me see. Where shall we put our house? Don't need to know about movement and jumping. We can do those two things. So, I think in my first playthrough, I put my house up here somewhere, maybe down here. I like the idea of having it here somewhere close to the roads. But not somewhere that's going to take up our farming space. I think here's a nice spot. Let's go with right there. Gotta love getting free houses. Not exactly free. Are exchanging for some labor there. Oh, it's a person that just walked into our house. Knock, knock. Look at you up and at 'em already. You're really committed to this farming gig, huh? That's great. Who are you and what are you doing in my house? Ah, where have my manners gone? My name is Anne, and I happen to be Sunhaven's most distinguished merchant. I wanted to officially welcome our new farmer to town. Oh, well, thanks, Anne, but you're still in my house. Speaking of which, I can't help but notice you don't seem to have any farm tools or seeds. Why don't you let me take care of you? Seriously, what are you doing in my house? I want to make a deal with you. I call it Anne's Ready to Go Farm Kit. All the tools you need plus 15 wheat seeds. And for only 250 coins. What do you say? I say I want to pay 150 coins. And fine, it's a deal. Tough customer, huh? I like that in a business partner. There's no relationship stronger than one born in business, you know? Why? Why don't we step outside and you can show me how you do your work, hmm? Okay, sure. Let's get these seeds in the ground. Rusty tools. So it looks like we have our first task here. Where did the seeds go? Press I or tab to access your inventory, which we don't have anything because we have plenty of slots here. So let's go take a look at our farm. Where do we want to make our first? Oh, we might not even be able to get through here. There we go. Where do we want to make our first plot of land? Let's say up over here is probably a good place, near some water. Which is always helpful if you don't have to run back and forth a whole lot to fill up your watering can, which currently only has 10 uses. So we're going to have to refill it if we want to plant 15 seeds. Clear out some of these grasses. And then let's clear out some of these bigger obstacles. Now, typically I will wait for trees to be fully grown before chopping them down. This one here is fully grown, so we don't have to worry about that, but I think we're going to chop this one down as well to make a little bit of room for the farm. Let's go ahead and chop this completely mature tree down. We get maximum logs. And let's chop down this tree as well. Now you'll notice with me being on the right here, this tree is going to fall the opposite direction to the left, which would be a problem if we weren't able to get over to this area. So if this area was blocked off to us, those logs would just stay there floating and we wouldn't be able to reach them just by coming down here. Luckily, we're able to go over here and get in close enough proximity to grab those. But that's something to kind of be mindful of if you're chopping trees down in an area. Let's say, for example, we were to chop this hardwood tree down and the logs fell over here. If we didn't have this spot to jump over, we wouldn't be able to collect the logs. So just something to keep in mind. The direction the axe is swinging, or the opposite direction from where you're standing, is the way that the trees will fall. And it looks like we've got some tree seeds there. Now, I think I am going to leave this baby tree and this baby tree here just for now, because we don't have a huge amount of seeds to plant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. I like to do 10 by 10 grids. That's helpful for when you get scarecrows. I don't believe we'll be able to go all the way down 10 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's just stick with 9 for now. And we'll go over to 10 when we have more seeds to plant. Let's chop this tree down as well. Get it out of our way. I do like how they've also changed the costumes for the Snackoons. So before in 0.7, they didn't have that nice, cute little hat there on those Snackoons. So they have changed their costumes for the season, which is pretty nice. Start going down. Did I make one too many here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I did. You can just right click with your hoe to unhoe stuff. And I think because we don't have to worry about planting too many seeds right away here, I'm going to leave these baby trees to grow, give us some more logs on our farm that we are able to use. Oh, and look at that, level 2 farming. So we're going to press K to open the skill tree and take a look at some of our farming skills available. So we have Tiller's Tip, increases sell price of each crop by 4, 7, and then 10 gold. So if you're rank 3, you get an extra 10 gold per crop. That's pretty nice. Culinary Master, the next 4, 8, 12 of every cooked meal sell for 20 extra gold. Every cooked meal in the game is counted separately. Okay, that's cool. So that's an interesting boost that will work for your first 12 items of each item. That could be helpful in the beginning to get some extra gold. Flower Farm, receive 10, 15, or 20, depending on your rank, blue rose seeds in the mail from the farming store every Friday. That's kind of cool. Top Shelf increases the sell price of farm animal products by 4, 7, and 10%. So if we had chosen that rancher to start with, that rancher profession, then we'd already have a chicken, and this would probably be a good option to start with. What one do we want to go with? I do like the idea of getting those blue rose seeds. Not only can you sell the blue roses, but you can also potentially make honey with them. Although it is Sunday, so we wouldn't get those seeds right away until Friday. So I think I'm going to hold off on that because we will level up again, likely before Friday. So I am going to go with Tiller's Tip because for me, although we are going to be cooking meals, especially here right away, that caps at 4, 8, or 12 of every cooked meal. So once I've sold 12 of something, this boost isn't going to help me at all. It's not going to increase the sell price of those other things, whereas this Tiller's Tip will work for every single crop. There's no max on that. So I think I'm going to stick with that Tiller's Tip for right now. We'll select our wheat seeds and get those planted here. And we don't have to fill up our rusty water can right now. It's already full. I do miss at the beginning of the game having to, or not having access to that rain cloud spell. Super helpful, cuts back a lot on the amount of time that you are spent farming. There we go. We've completed all of the things. We can turn in our quest to Anne. I think first, though, let's set up a cooking pot. And our baker's station, which we'll just put those here for right now, seeing as the crafting table is there already. Get rid of some of these things that are in our way. Now we've got this baker's station. We can make some dough with our flour. Let's see what we can do with the cooking pot. Not too much with just our flour. So let's go ahead and make a bunch of dough to start off with. And crafting. Let's make a few wood planks so we can start looking at what we are able to make. I think probably our first thing to look at is an oven. So we're going to need 15 wood planks. Let's do some more wood planks there. Those will be ready when we're done. And we'll need some more stone as well. But let's talk to Anne first. Oh, Anne gathered some wood. I just spent all of our wood and I forgot we need 10 logs. So let's chop down another mature tree here. You'll notice too, we are also collecting tokens, and there's different currencies that we're collecting as well. So we're getting some mana orbs, as well as these spring tokens, which we'll be able to sell. And now we've got our 10 logs again. Let's go back to, and look at that, beautiful. So we get some coins, some exploration XP, and we get to choose 20 XP of a different skill. Now, typically, if combat is an option, I will choose combat just because I don't gain combat XP a whole lot through fighting people. I'm more of a runner myself. So fighting those monsters, I typically don't earn a whole lot of combat experience from actual combat. But I think beginning, because this is the beginning of the game, we're going to go with farming or mining, and I'm going to choose farming for now. Nice, we got a nice little level there for exploration. Nice job, farmer. Not bad for such a small job. If you really want to build up your farm, you should take those logs to a crafting bench. Hey, I could see one from here, actually. Thanks, Sam. I already started crafting, though. Yeah, look at those. Already, we got 12. At a crafting bench, you can turn logs into planks and other useful things. Anyway, I have other business to attend to. You should check out the town general store. You can buy more seeds there because, let's be real, a measly 15 wheat isn't going to get you very far. Alright, where's that store, Anne? It's directly to the right of your farm. You can't really miss it, especially if you check your map by pressing M. Anyways, it was nice to meet you. What was your name? I'm Dodgical. Thanks for finally asking. Oh yeah? Cute name. Listen, Dodgical, if you want to make some real money, try growing more like 40 wheat. Once you harvest it, sell it in the sell portal next to us. Sell portal right there. You'll make some nice profit for a change, but it's up to you, Dodgecall. Live your life here in Sunhaven however you want. Just make sure it pays. Oh, and what a capitalist. What if I want to farm for my community? You have unspent skill points. Press K to open skill tree. All right, let's check out our first level of exploration. Air skip. That's, yeah, automatically. So, unlocking the air skip spell. Jump again while mid-air to quickly dash forward, a necessity for traversing the world efficiently. So this is going to cost us 4 mana per skip. So we're at the beginning, we're only going to be able to skip a couple of times, but we're not really using our mana a whole lot right now for anything else anyways, so this is the perfect thing to use. It's going to speed up our walking speed, our movement speed by quite a bit. There's the sharp axe, so that would increase damage done to trees by 5, 10, or 15%. We're slow right now anyway, so we might as well stay slow. 5%, 10%, 15% isn't really going to help us a whole lot. It's not going to save us a whole lot of time. Double take, when collecting a forageable, grants 20, 30, 40% chance to gain an extra item. That could be helpful, but myself, I think probably for the first, at least the first few days, definitely, maybe even the first full week, I'm not going to venture too far out of Sunhaven, so we're not going to be collecting a whole lot of forageables to begin with anyway. And good neighbor. Each bulletin board quest completed awards 1 or 2 additional community tokens. That could definitely be helpful if we're looking for community tokens, but right now, I think as we're just getting established in the game, I'm not going to worry too much about accumulating those tokens. So for me, air skip is going to be the go-to for exploration for right now. We'll get that walking speed, or that movement speed up. So our quests here, let's actually go back into the menu so we're not wasting our daytime. So if you are in these menus here, any of the backpack skills, relationships, quests, map, stats, or settings option, your daily timer isn't going to be ticking up to nighttime. So you can basically pause your game just by looking through these different UI screens. So it looks like for our quests, use your map to find the general store, which we can look here. Where do we have a general store? I do kind of wish that these were alphabetical, so that if you are looking for somewhere, you can just hover over it and you'll see that it is blinking on the map. You can also click on it and it will kind of center it to your screen, give you a little bit of detail about that individual store. So we can see it glowing there. We are right here. We're just going to walk out of our farm, head north, and the general store is right there. So we've used our map. We'll go and find the general store here in a second, and then we need to harvest some meat. That'll take us a little bit of time. For right now, though, we're going to go and collect our planks. Let's see here. What do we have for oven? We need to collect some more stone for that oven. So we will work on doing that. And, of course, clear our farm at the same time. Tickets and mana orbs kind of pop ups here. They just tell you that they're different currencies. Tickets are for the Withered Gate and Mana Orbs are for Nilvari. Hearts, you've got hearts at the top of the screen. They show your relationship level with NPCs. You've seen those when we were talking to Lynn at the beginning of the game. We said a few things that she liked, and so that developed our friendship. And let's skip back to our crafting table because I forget how much stone did we need for our oven. 50. You know what? Let's chop some of these trees down. See if there's any stone hiding behind them. You can walk behind an object like a tree, and it will turn somewhat more transparent. Let's see here. So you can kind of see, you can see the ground there a bit if you are behind these trees, but I do sometimes find it hard to see everything behind them. So I tend to chop these trees down if they're an area that I'm trying to see more in. Look at that. We're at level 3 exploration, which is helpful. I think we only spent 1 skill point. Let's spend another on that air skip, make it a little bit more cost effective for our mana. And likely your first day in Sunhaven isn't going to be overly interesting as far as storyline goes. You'll go through these tutorial aspects and then just start working on your farm, chopping down these trees, clearing the land, setting up a few crafting stations. Alright, let's go back to getting us some stone. And I, again, forget what number we were going for, but I believe it was 50 or 60. I wonder if we're going to have enough stone in our farm to hit that. Oh, yeah. I think we should. Yeah, we're at 50 stone. Let's do 60 just for good measure. Oh, looks like we forgot to collect one there. So yeah, we can see that we're behind these trees. They've turned transparent, but I just really don't like that you can't see some details. Like especially in here, you can see that grass, but it can be difficult to see some things. Alright, one more. Oh, and look at that. We can check out our mining. Stone Splitter. Stone nodes have a 30% chance to drop 1, 2, or 3 extra stones. That's helpful, especially as we're trying to get stone here at the beginning. Blast Smithing. Increased crafting speed of anvils and furnaces by 10, 20, and 30%. That'll be helpful in the future, but seeing as we don't have any anvils or furnaces right now, I think we'll leave that. Savings. Gain a bonus 40, 80, or 120 gold each day. That's definitely helpful at the beginning as well. And hidden gems. Stone nodes have a 5% chance to drop a sapphire. And depending on your rank, you can have a max 2, 3, or 4 sapphires drop per day. So that could be helpful as well to gain some extra items to sell. I think for right now, because I don't know how much mining I'm going to do off the get-go, let's go with savings, and we'll have that guaranteed gold every day, which will be helpful. We can kind of use however we like. Oh, we're going to get one more. Make that 60. Oh, and we already did. Just didn't pick it up there. the helpful thing about clearing your farm right away as well. You run into less things as you are traversing. Great, so looks like we can craft that oven now. That'll take 45 minutes. We'll collect all of the dough that we made. And we might as well go to the general store while we're waiting for that to craft, although it's not going to take much time. Mana, looks like you ran out of mana. Yeah, I was air skipping. You can access our map just by pressing M. And yeah, you can see how much that speeds up, but then again, you're running out of mana quite a bit at the beginning of the game. Maybe we'll collect an apple here just for fun. Might as well. This must be it, the Sunhaven General Store. I'd better head inside and see what they've got. Well, I am going to do that, but first it automatically it just makes me do that. Cool, cutscene. You've got to be that new neighbor people are talking about. Welcome to the General Store. Oh, wait, one sec. There we go. Anyway, I'm Emmett. I work here, and over at the farming shop, and down at the fishing store, and in town hall. Okay, I work a lot. Thanks, Emmett. You're our go-to NPC. I heard people say you're supposed to be a farmer. Well, we sell lots of basic seeds among loads of other things. Our furniture stock is also changing every day. Be sure to always stop in and see what's new. Wait, so how do you work at so many places at once? I keep my nose to my work, no distractions. And I move really quickly. All right, do you ever not work? Ah, that's the great thing about this place. There's never not any work to do. See, they've set up this bulletin board right outside the shop. Everyone always goes there to post up job offerings. All those odd jobs net me a pretty gold coin or two, that's for sure. If you don't waste time with stuff like sleeping, you have all sorts of time to get work done. Guess I'll have to check out that bulletin board myself. Hey, eager to help out, huh? That's funny because I was actually meaning to finish a delivery that was posted up on the board. Thing is, though, I don't think I'll be able to finish it in time due to being stuck at work and all. Why don't you complete the delivery for me, huh? Sure, Emmett. I would love to help out. Might as well. Hey-o, neat. Thanks a lot, neighbor. Here, it's an order to Salon, our smith. I was supposed to deliver it to him, but I guess I got caught up with work. Just take the order to him so he can smith up what our barracks need. And remember that people can't wait forever. You usually only get a few days to complete the task once you accept it from the bulletin board. Oh, and feel free to take a look around the shop. I'm here all day. I'm also in several other places all day. Just take your time, really. All right, thanks, Emmett. Got our order form from Salon. And oh look, we can buy some more wheat seeds. Now, do we want to max out? We might as well buy as many as we can. We could buy some other seeds here. We'll have to wait for some more gold, but this is where things are discounted. So you can see here we have potato seeds for 90 gold each. They have 3 of those seeds. And if we go back to Emmett, let's find out how much he would be selling potato seeds for. So 100, so you get a little bit of a discount there. Same with the rice seeds, you can see they're 80. And he is selling them for 90. So you get a little bit of a discount. There is a skill in the skill tree that will further discount those seeds, which is helpful. You might not be buying furniture right off the bat, a little bit out of our price range for things like fancy bookshelves and different wallpapers for our house, but you never know. Ooh, that bunny wallpaper, we're going to have to keep an eye out for. in the future, I believe. But yeah, you can come back here, check back each day. You could also repair this section. So if you have any extra wood planks and extra gold kind of lying about, you'll have more options available to you in the shop every day if you want to upgrade your house and things like that. So let's check out our quests for today. So we have Topi's Bridge. Please help. I need stones to build a bridge. I need a lot to build a whole bridge. 15 stones should be enough. Topi. Oh, look at this, Topi. And he's going to give us some different rewards there, and we get some more choices. We'll accept that. We don't mind giving away some stones. And it looks like Rosa needs 5 apples for target practice. So we're going to get her those apples as well. Good thing we collected that one that was already there. So it looks like we have here Smith's order. We can deliver that order form to Salon. We can continue on our wheat harvesting adventure. We can collect some stone and collect some apples. Let's go down here and take a jaunt over to Salon, finish that quest up. You definitely see how quickly we run out of mana there. Oh, and it looks like that sun is right in your eye. Let's change that a little bit. There, that's a little bit better, not quite so bright. Oh, this is new. Looks like this is one of the new cart NPCs. Harris, I believe, will sell us some crafting goods. Hi, who are you? Sorry, my face a little dirty. I just got back from working in the field. I work all day gathering material, and I sell the fruits of my labor in town, like these. All right, let's take a look. Yeah, crafting. Cool. So if we had excess money, but we didn't have access to all the trees and stone that are on our farm, we could just go ahead and buy some of those. Looks like it's capped though, so you can only buy 50 logs, 50 stone, 10 hardwood planks, and 10 heavy stone from this NPC. I believe that resets every day, but we'll have to see. We're not going to buy anything off of him right now. Take a look and go see what Salon is doing. Well, now, I bet you're that flirtatious new farmer Lynn was going on about. Flirtatious? What do you mean? I'm not wasting my time with any apprentice who isn't serious, and this one's already better than the last. You better not be a distraction. You hear what I'm saying, farmer? Yep, hear ya, Salon. Gah! It's that pesky little dragon again. Blimey, look out! Oh, here he comes. Kill a dragon. He's so cute. Uh-oh. Darn little lizard caused a rock slide. You alright over there? Yeah, I'm alright. Alright, then let's get these rocks cleared out. Help me out, will ya? Oh, good thing I'm already on my pickaxe. Come on. Good thing I needed some stone, too. And the nice thing about mining, I found, it might be the skill and the skill tree, but I find the reach is pretty far when it comes to being able to mine, which is super helpful. Especially you get into a position where you don't have to move your character at all. You can just kind of click on all the rocks. Alright, that'll do it. Thanks for the help. Maybe I was a little quick to judge you, farmer. What was that baby dragon doing, anyway? It's been roosting up in the warm quarry rocks. I figure it must like the heat. I'd let him stay, but the little bugger doesn't seem to know its own strength. A single flap of its wings can send rubble flying. Oh, well, what should we do then? For my part, these two copper helmets from the barracks order won't hammer themselves. For you, I'd reckon that talking to Archmage Lucia is your work order. We all got our part to play here, and mine ain't lugging these old bones back to town while the forge is hot. Town hall. Got it, Salon. Some rewards there. Let's go with that farming experience again. And maybe we'll head over here. I know from my own first playthrough there are some stones here that we can mine. And we might as well grab some of this stone up. I don't think we're going to take too much. We have a few more things that we can do before the end of the day, although it doesn't really matter. As you can see here, we have 3 days to complete this quest for Topi, and we have 2 days left to collect those apples, and there are no limits on the main quest, so you don't have to worry about those too much. You can go off and do as much farming or material collecting or side quests as you want, and come back to those main quests whenever your heart desires. Maybe we'll collect all of these. So we've got a few days for our quests. There's also no penalty for choosing to abandon a quest. You don't have to worry about that. Oh, look, like we got some coal there too. So you can, if you're ever wondering whether you should accept a quest or not, I always err on the side of caution and just accept the quest, because you can always get rid of it later. If it comes to the final day and you don't think you're going to get around to it, you can just take it off of your quest log and be done with it. But if you don't accept it, then that quest is gone by the end of the day, and you won't be able to potentially pick up that particular quest. Although the quests seem to cycle, especially a lot of the common quests, they will cycle through. So you'll have this Topi's Bridge quest more than once. Same with these practice apples. Oh, we're talking to the wrong person, but hey, we might as well say hi to Giuseppe. I heard we were getting a new neighbor. Welcome to Sunhaven. My name is Giuseppe. What an interesting name. My name is Dodgy Cow. You think so? It came from a town on the border of the northern and eastern regions. It's a pretty standard name there. Great. So yeah, let's talk to Topi. Wow, is that a whole 15 stones? Looks like, oh, I should have asked for more. Well, this is a really good start. Thank you, farmer. No problem, Topi. Let's see, what do we want here? Let's go with some mining. Oh, look at that. We got level 3 mining. And you know what? I'm going to double the gold that we're getting each day. I think I'm going to bring this to rank 3 before going into the stone splitter. We're not hurting for stone too much right now. That extra gold is going to let us buy some more seeds. And now that we've completed some quests, we have a little bit more gold. I think I'm going to go and spend that on some more wheat. Might as well get one more seed. Actually, while we're here, we'll go check out, I know there are a couple of trees here with some apples that we need for our quests. Then we can skip by those later. if we decide we want to complete that quest today. But let's go put some of these seeds in the ground and check out our oven. Oven's ready to go. So you'll notice I picked that up, and before all of my new items were coming down here, but all of our quick slots are filled up. So you're just going to want to hit I and go to your inventory, and you can see all of the items that aren't in your quick slots. So I'm going to organize this a little bit and put some of my more common items. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to put them up top. And we're going to put our seed there. We're going to decide, do we want to keep these cookies or sell them? We could sell them for 261 gold, which is quite a lot. So let's place down our baking station. Now I like to leave a little bit of room between the different stations just so I can walk through. But now that we have the oven, we can make bread, which we can sell for dough for 132 gold, or we can turn those 4 dough into bread, which we'll sell for 155. Now, if we happen to have bananas, which we won't this early on, but if we happen to have them, then we could also sell the banana bread, which you can see is worth 65 more gold at 220. I don't believe there's anything else we are even close to be able to make. So we're going to just stick with that bread, and we're going to make all 3 of those bread loaves with the dough that we have. We got to decide now, once our bread is ready, do we want to sell those 3 bread and get us about 460 gold, or do we want to consume them to get a moderate amount of health permanently, which would be super helpful this early on? We'll have to make that decision. Now, as you can see, we have this quest here, which we could go and hand in, talk to Lucia at the town hall. I believe the town hall is going to close around 8 p.m., so we could make it there beforehand, or we could just simply do that tomorrow. As you see, there's no timer on that particular task. So I think, you know what, let's go down here. We have a couple of apple trees on our farm. We might as well collect those for our quest, and then we will see. Actually, you know what? We're going to forget about that for today. We're just going to do a little bit of cleanup on the beach, cleaning up our farm a bit, and then we will worry about potentially finishing more quests tomorrow. Some more exploration. We're going to do that air skip. So now it's only going to cost us 2 mana to do that air skip, which is great. We can do that 5 times in a row before we run out of steam, which, as you can see, can be quite helpful for traversing quickly. Now, let's get these wheat seeds all in the ground and watered. Perfect. Let's get another row prepared here. Now, everyone's going to be different. I like to use the amount of time that I have in a day fully. It doesn't really matter. I could, now that it's past 7 o'clock, and it's getting darker out, I could go to sleep if I want and just do all of these tasks in the morning. However, I like using as much time that I have available to me in the day, and usually I start going back to my house around 11 p.m. Gives me a little bit of time, that 1 hour in-game window, where I don't have to worry about getting back to the house right away. Oh, look at that. We've got a farming increase there. Sell price. I kind of want this one a little bit. If we have that bread going, it would give us some extra gold to start with. However, I really don't like that there's caps to that. Yeah, let's just increase our crop sell price. We may as well. It's kind of funny to think about as well how dark it is on your farm. I know myself, in my first playthrough, I put a lot of torches around my farm so that I could see better at night. I believe that we get those shortly here from one of the intro quests, but we'll have to see. Things also could have changed. So we got some bread ready. Now I think to start off, even though I would like to keep some of these things for quests and such, I believe I'm going to sell all of these items that I found here just to get a little bit more gold in my pockets. Then I can buy more wheat seeds off the bat and get my farming going a little bit quicker. You may want to consider keeping some clams and seaweeds after you've made a bit of gold here, simply because they're great for quests. There are some quests that you would need clams and seaweed for, as well as some different crafting recipes that use those two things. But we're gonna hold off. We're just gonna sell those for now, and same with our starfish that we found. And I like to find a spot that's kind of out of the way that I'm not going to use a whole lot. Stay down here by this all of this hardwood, and take the new trees, saplings that I got, and plant them somewhere down here out of the way so that I don't have to worry about them for a while. They can grow into mature trees that are going to give me logs, and I won't have to worry about running into them. I'm not too worried about this area down here right now, just because there is so much hardwood and heavy stone. I'm not really going to be able to make a nice plot of land. Oh, but one thing that we forgot to do is check out the farming store. So that means that tomorrow we're going to potentially see some of these crops that we planted might end up stolen by some of our lovely local pests. We'll have to check that out and see how much we lose there. But we should have enough gold, hopefully, by the end of tomorrow to be able to buy a scarecrow from the farming store, so that we don't have to worry about all of our stuff being stolen. I think this is probably my favorite farming activity, is using the scythe to clear things. I just love that you can get multiples without having to use a spell. Go ahead and take that bread. Bring that over to the selling portal. Yeah, so we're gonna have close to, actually we will have about 1,000 with the extra buff that we got. Um, we'll have that on our first day, so that should, I think, be enough to buy a scarecrow for our little plot there. Look at that. I love how quick that farming level up happens. We'll go ahead and max out that tiller's tip, and then I think we're going to go for this flower farm here and start putting some rose seeds down. Eventually we'll be able to make some honey with those roses and a bee box if we unlock that. Yeah, these grasses are a great way to level up your farming in the beginning because you're able to hit multiple of them, and you also get, as you can see, some green root seeds. So we're going to plant those down as we get our rest notification. So as you can see, if you aren't in bed by 12 a.m., you'll fall asleep where you stand and be charged a hospital fee. Make sure you don't miss your bedtime. So about 10 o'clock, the clock will turn red, kind of give you a little bit of a visual warning before things get too dire. As I said before, I like to stay awake and complete some different tasks up until about 11 o'clock. That's my in-game bedtime is around 11. That gives me an hour of in-game time to get back to my house. I don't have to stress too much, but I'm still able to complete a whole bunch of tasks within the day. Like I said before, it doesn't really matter if you're completing them within a specific day, except for those quests, of course. But otherwise, I mean, all of this farming can be done on a different day. All of this clearing. Let's chop down this tree. So I'll show you here, if we're chopping down this tree, it's going to fall over here. Now, luckily, we are able to get up on top of that house. Oh, none of them fell there anyway. Sometimes when you chop the tree over here, it will fall onto your balcony, in which case you're able to go up onto your nice little balcony area and collect those items. Let's chop one more tree before bedtime. Now we can see it's 11 o'clock. It's really starting to shake. You've got an even more visual sort of prompt there. And you can also hear that auditory cue. So the music has stopped. There's that kind of timer beeping going on, and it's letting you know, hey, you need to get to bed like right away here. So we're going to go to our bed. Now the nice thing about this, even though you have that beeping continuing in the background, if you've gotten to this point in the game where you're in your bed, it's asking you, would you like to sleep? If you have that dialogue option to pause time selected in your settings, it's going to stop this. So you don't have to worry about selecting, would you like to sleep right away? You can use this as a little bit of a pause section and decide whether or not you want to go to sleep or do one or two more quick things before the end of the day. You sleep straight through the night. We're going to press the any button to continue. Your game saves automatically, so you don't need to worry about saving your progress, which is super helpful. Now we do have this chest here if we wanted to store some of our items. We're not too worried about our inventory filling up right now. We do have that though if we ever need it, and we can take that chest and place it elsewhere as well, just by selecting our rusty pickaxe and then selecting the item we would like to pick up, and it goes into our inventory, which I'm going to bring that chest down to our crafting area. I think that'll be helpful to have a chest down here. Oh, it looks like none of our crops were stolen. We are very lucky that way. And I think I'm going to stick our chest So that way, if we start getting more supplies for these crafting areas, we can start sticking them in the chest that's right next to the area. We don't have to carry them around with us. So before we move on for the day, I like to get all of my farming done right off the bat so I don't forget about it. Make sure you water everything. One of the things that you don't have to worry about is um, making sure that everything is watered every day. So your crops aren't going to die if they're not watered. They simply won't grow. So if you're off doing quests or part of the kind of RPG storyline, the main storyline aspect of the game, you do not have to stress about getting back to your farm right away uh, and keeping it maintained because your progress will just pause for the moment. Don't have to worry about losing all of the progress that you have made with growing your crops, which is nice. That's definitely helpful. So now that all of that is watered, we're going to head down here. Looks like we have a little bit of mail. Let's take a look at the mailbox. To Farmer Dojuka. I'm Bernard, administrator at Sunhaven's Town Hall. I wanted to reach out with this housewarming gift as a representative of Sunhaven. I hope it helps you get settled on your new land. Come visit me at Town Hall, right in the middle of Sunhaven's Town Square. I can sell you a barn for livestock as well as a house upgrade permit to authorize an upgrade to your old farm cabin. If you ever wish to upgrade your buildings, simply obtain the necessary permits, then use an upgrade table to upgrade the buildings. As long as you have the necessary materials for the job, of course. Regards, Bernard. And it looks like Bernard gave us a fence and some torches. So that'll be nice to keep our farm nice and bright, which I think I'm going to bring these torches up here. Place those stairs at the stairs because that is a safety hazard. And we don't really need a fence area right now because we don't have any animals, but you know what? We might as well create a little pen. And then we won't have them in our inventory. And then if we decide we want some sort of livestock, we have a place where we can put them where they're less likely to escape. We might want to buy a door for right here, this little entryway, but that'll be later on. So let's head out this way and potentially complete some of our quests. And we're going to, first we'll stop at the quest board, peas and thank you. I want to make a special casserole for dinner one of these nights, but I'm missing one of the most important ingredients, peas. Could someone please bring me some? Just 4 peas should be plenty, thank you. Now, I don't think we're going to complete this quest right away. We don't have any peas. I don't know if I'm going to grow any peas, seeing as we're focusing on wheat. But we'll see. That is 700 gold for that quest. That's quite nice. Mean and green, and it looks like Pinto wants 4 green beans. Less gold for that, for sure, but we might as well accept it. See what happens. We're going to go into the farming store here and see how much a spring scarecrow is going to cost us. What are you selling? So they do have all of the different seasonal seeds here available for you to buy. Now before spring is over, you probably want to buy and grow a few things like kale or lettuce that can only be grown in spring, that would be helpful. But we're at the beginning of the game, so we're not going to worry about that too much. We do want this spring scarecrow, which we don't quite have enough gold yet. So we're going to go and complete some quests and then come back to the farming store here. Hopefully that'll give us enough gold to buy that scarecrow. We got lucky that first day. We didn't have any of our crops being stolen by the pests. Now, one interesting thing here that took me a little while to figure out is every so often, I believe it might be once a week in game, you are able to touch the water of this fountain. And when you do so, you'll notice down in the bottom left here, your mana is going to go up. So I have 10 maximum mana right now. I'm going to touch the water. I've gotten an extra 4 maximum mana from touching that. So you can see I went from 10 to 14, which is pretty cool. We have June here, an NPC we could speak to. We're going to skip talking to any NPCs just for now, while we complete our first week quests. Yes, so as long as the borders of Sunhaven are secure, we can continue to keep watch over the train station. The path to the northern forest should remain closed to the citizens for their own safety. The northern forest must be quite dangerous right now, Captain. Are you sure your soldiers are safe? Of course. We've got it all under control. Sunhaven has all the time it needs to figure out its next step. Oh, I wasn't even in the building, and I still overheard their conversation. Perfect. Oh, it's Dodgy Cal. What brought you to the town hall? I was actually looking for you, Lucia. Is that so? I was just wrapping up a little meeting with Bernard and Nathaniel, so I believe I am free to help. Just a moment. Let's meet again on this issue later, shall we? What is it that you needed, Dodgical? A baby dragon is causing trouble in the quarry. Oh, dear, is that little dragon still causing rock slides? We were hoping Salon, gruff as he is, would be able to frighten it away, although for some reason it keeps coming back. I think we could try luring the dragon to the ground, where it could be captured and relocated, but we'll need some kind of bait. Oh, new character. A cat. Oh, Kitty. Of course her name is Kitty. I couldn't help but overhear. Yeah. Did you say we're having trouble with a little baby dragon? That's right. Sorry if our conversation interrupted you. Not at all. I came here to renew my business license for the pet shop, but I don't need to renew my license until next month. But that's okay, because now I think I can help you with your problem. Oh no, we're getting all of the cat jokes and puns and memes. Oh, really, Kitty? That's wonderful to hear. Don't you call meet Kitty? She sells barn animals here in Sunhaven. Town Hall sells permits for barns, but you'll have to stop at Kitty's shop for animals. No, nice to meet you. Anyways, on the subject of your baby dragon, I don't know much about baby dragons, but I do know they love to eat fish. Just like Kitty. If Kitty was a baby dragon, Kitty would nest at the quarry because it's so close to the ocean. So many yummy fishes in the ocean. I bet if you had a good juicy fish, you could get it to land right on the ground. Right, so you just need a fish. I would say you need an extra juicy fish to attract the baby dragon, just to be safe. This plan is a bit spur of the moment, but it might just work. I believe Peter, our local fisherman, could probably help you out with catching an appropriate fish. You could probably find him at the southern docks right now. Hehe. You get me a proper fish and I'll take care of the rest. Sounds like a plan. Yeah. Perfect. Let's get some more of that farming experience. Getting close there to level 5. Now let's go turn in this quest to Rosa. Hopefully we'll have enough gold then to buy some things. Oh, cutscene. Farmer, do you have a minute? I'm Rosa, secondary command of the Sunhaven Force. Sunhaven is safe, but monsters are just outside of town. It's my job to make sure you're prepared for that. Here, take this sword and step up to the dummy. Give it 5 good whacks so I can see your technique. Alright. Whack, 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 whack. Hey, not bad. It's not all about strength, though speed and agility can be just as important. Try landing 3 jump attacks. Okay. Jump swack, jump swack, jump swack. You're a natural with that thing, but I wonder how good are you at a distance? Try shooting the dummy 5 times with this crossbow. Okey-doke. Pew, 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 pew. Beautiful work, farmer. It's good to know that some of our citizens can handle themselves in a scrap. Go ahead and keep one of those weapons. But only one. Do we want the sword that does some more damage, or do we want the crossbow? Let's go with crossbow, even though I do plan on getting that egg crossbow right away. It will keep us safe in the meantime. Oh, you brought the apples. It's exactly what we needed. Thanks, farmer. Maybe Pinto will learn to stand up straight when I'm shooting an apple off of his head. No problem. Alright, so we only got 50 coins from that. Let's choose this extra coins there so that we have enough to get that scarecrow. First though, so we've got our max rank in air skip, sharp axe, double take, and good neighbor. Now do we want more community tokens, more forageables, or do a little bit more damage to trees? I think for now, let's go with granting an extra forageable. Even though we're not out and exploring a whole lot, that'll help us get some extra fruit from the trees that are around town. Now this is new from the last time that I've played. I'm interested to see what that is all about. Down here we have our spring vendor. I know what they are selling. Oh, it looks like there's quite a bit more available than was available in the previous patches. So Bloom was definitely always available. Same with the Spring Totem. And I believe that was it. You could buy Spring tokens as well with the gold that you had. But Spring Selling Portal, Bumblebee Whistle, Spring Helmet, Chest Plate, Gloves, legs, and cape are all brand new. That's interesting. Not super great, um, not super great combat items, but they're available at level 3, so you don't need that high of a combat level to use them, which is nice. I don't think that you might not get to uh, enough spring currency right away. Oh, what just happened there? Oh, cutscene decided to just happen, even though we came by that area already. All right, cool. All right, so let's go. We'll grab some more apples here. Even though I guess we technically don't need apples anymore for our quest. We'll go to the farming store, make sure we get that scarecrow to put down. No crop theft happening on our farm. We'll get that spring scarecrow. Thank you very much. Now we don't need to worry about placing that scarecrow right away because the theft happens when, or the pests happen when, um, right in the morning. It looks like we found a berry. Hopefully we'll get some extra forageables down here as well. Berries. Lots of fruit trees around Sunhaven, which is helpful. We might as well collect as many as we can off the bat. Look at that. We're already at level 6 exploration. I think we'll increase that double take again, give us more chance for an item. Now it looks like we have option to, or we've opened up rank 2. So we can increase our movement speed next time. Again, we can increase the amount of logs dropped by trees. All treasure chests and money bags grant more gold. That's definitely helpful. And each bulletin board quest completed increases your maximum mana by 1 to a max of 10, 20, or 30 mana. So that can be definitely helpful. You'll have an extra 30 mana to work with by the time you complete 30 quests. Definitely helpful. And it looks like we got a lot of cleanup to do here. We may as well. I definitely do not mind having some free forageables and logs, especially at the beginning of the game here. Plus, who doesn't love having a clean beach? You know, that was one of our favorite activities, my brothers and I, when we were kids and camping out at the lake. We'd go and find what we could along the beach, maybe collect some driftwood. Cool looking things that could be staffs or magic magic wands or something like that. Gotta love that imagination. All right. So I think I'm going to go with this increase in movement speed because you can't go wrong with increasing your movement speed. Get more done, whatever you're doing. Oh, we lost our axe. There, wonderfully clean beach. Oh, what do we got here? A sign, but I can't read. What does this guy know about it? Peaceful society starts with citizens. Thanks, dude. Meet Peter at the docks. Oh, cutscene's gonna play. Look at that. Perfect. Ho there! Hey, you look like you need something from me. Well, what is it? I need help catching a special fish. Well, yeah, what kind of special fish are we talking about? Briefly recount the situation to Peter, who listens with a quiet smirk, nodding along as you talk. Oh, yeah? So, why don't you go on and catch this fish yourself? Well, actually, to be honest, Peter, fish kind of scare me. You mean you don't have a fishing rod? Heck, take my old one. Fishing is real easy. Just use the rod like any other tool. When you spy the shapes of fish in the water, cast your rod out. Fish are coy, so wait until you feel a strong bite, then give your rod a pull and set the hook. Then it's up to you to land the fish. Wow, thanks for the rod. Can I catch the fish I need now? Seems like we don't have time to waste. Let me handle this one. You just stand back and take it easy, alright? Thanks, dude. Peter? Now watch closely as I demonstrate an ancient fisherman's art to you. Putting on a worm. On a hook. Oh, fascinating. Alright, the hook's all loaded up. I'll have your fish in a jiffy, don't you worry. You can do it, Peter. Whoa! Hey, this guy again. I wasn't fishing for you. Get off of my line. Sorry, Dodgy Cow. This is maybe a little too big and juicy for a single baby dragon. Yeah, put that thing back. Interesting. I believe this is going to be the fishing boss. Is this white kind of squid-looking thing, which is pretty cool. Hopefully, we'll see that again as we rank up our fishing and end up potentially fighting? Question mark. That boss. All right. Hold your horse, fish. Let's try that again. Here we go. These chunky groupers are nice and fatty, not too agreeable with most people's tastes, but I bet your baby dragon couldn't resist it if it tried. Here you go. Thanks a lot, dude. Cool. So we got our chunky grouper. We can bring that to Kitty. And we got a fishing rod too. If we look at our inventory, let's exchange this stuff here. Oh, look at that chunky grouper. And why not test it out? So you're going to hold down your click to throw out that line as far as you want to throw it out. And hopefully you're going to get a bite. Not me though. Oh, I got a bite. I just didn't click in time to reel it in. So we got a nibble, another nibble, and then we've got the full bite. Then if you're able to get it in the green space, you will increase potentially the rarity of the fish. A blooming bass. That's a new one. Haven't seen that one before. So that's probably they've introduced some different seasonal fish. So I suspect the blooming bass is something that's new with this season's update. Ooh, a butterfly fish. Also one that I haven't seen before. And let's catch one more fish before we go. Looks like we got another blue and bass. Let's take a look at these fish. Sell price is 32. Sell price is 24. Well, I guess it's better than a kick in the pants, but not a super high sell price. I do like how you can see everything from behind the character here. Get a look at what his fins look like from behind. That's pretty cool. Alright, let's find out where Kitty's at. Looks like she is over here. And you'll notice as well, I've walked by these a couple of times now, but there's some dilapidated buildings that you could repair if you have the right amount of items. We're not going to worry about restoring these quite yet. A little bit early on to do that. Looks like Claude is out and about. We are going to say see you because we see Kitty coming here. Hello, Kitty. Hello again. Do I smell a big tasty fish in your pack? Just hand it here and I'll make it into something yummy, or into some yummy baby dragon food. Just visit me tomorrow, okay? I'll have some yummy baby dragon food prepared for you then. Ooh, say that 50 times fast. Yummy baby dragon food. Yummy baby dragon food. Sounds great. I'm going to increase that farming experience, get to level 5, increase our ability to farm. So we have that culinary master, the flower farm, and top shelf. I'm going to go with that flower farm because I want those blue roses to make some honey. Now, you have a little bit more gold here. So let's go ahead and take a look at what peas or green beans cost. What are you selling? Green beans, 200s. We don't quite have enough for those, or for peas. So the nice thing about green beans and peas is they do regrow once they're harvested. So every 1 day for green beans and every 2 days for peas, you're going to get an extra crop that you're able to harvest. You don't have to replant or anything. Now they do have a little bit longer gestation periods, so it takes 12 days to grow each of these. So if you're in spring and you only have 12 days left in spring, it may not be a good idea to um, to to buy these seeds and plant them because it's going to take 12 days to grow them. So given that it's going to take us 12 days to grow these, looks like we got 14 days to go ahead and grow some peas and green beans. So that's not too bad. We could potentially keep those quests. Once we get some more gold, maybe we'll buy a few seeds for those quests. So we're waiting to visit Kitty tomorrow. We may as well go back to our farm, place our scarecrow, and then I think we're going to see if we can find anything to increase the amount of gold we have available to us tomorrow. There, it's protecting all the seeds we've planted so far, and we can extend this out once we decide to get rid of some of the trees and the heavy stone. But now let's put some of this stuff in shipping portal. kind of want to keep those raspberries though. They're a little bit more rare. And same with these blueberries. We're going to get rid of these. You know what? We're going to consume those berries, I think. Now let's consume some apples as well, actually. My general rule of thumb is if it is like oranges, where it says it provides a very small amount of health permanently, I don't really worry about those. Same with the seaweed, very small amount of mana permanently. See our fish, they don't have any buffs. So we're just going to go into our inventory, bring one of the foods down here, and go ahead and right click on them. So you'll see I've eaten one of those. It's given me 2 extra hearts. I'm going to eat a second one. Now it's only giving me 1.4 hearts. We'll eat another one. Now it has only given us 0.8 extra. Now on our next one, another 0.8, another 0.8. Now we're down to 0.3. So I'll wait a second here for this to go away, and we'll see now the next one is another 0.3, and that's going to continue to go down here after a while. So now we're down to adding 0.1 hearts every time after we've eaten 10 of these apples. So it's not going to help a whole lot to continue eating these apples. We may as well just sell them. Now we'll take a look at these other berries. We can get a moderate amount of mana from these blueberries. So it looks like we got 2.5 mana there. That's helpful. And we'll get a moderate amount from these berries, 2.5. And then it looks like it's gone down to 1.75. So yeah, these will diminish over time, and it does matter which item you eat. So you'll notice I've got the full 2.5 from the raspberries because I've only eaten one before, whereas if I eat further berries, it will not increase my mana as much. So there is, over time, a maximum amount of these that really become beneficial for you to eat. Usually around 10 of every item is kind of where I look at potentially stopping when it comes to increasing my stats permanently. So that's good. We now have 26 mana and 37 health, which is definitely helpful. And we don't have much else to do for today, so we might as well continue to clear our farm. We could go and get some more fish, which is going to increase the amount of gold that we have. But I think I want to clear some of this farm first. Get some more farming experience, maybe get some more farming skills that will be helpful. Let's plant another tree here and go down to the beach, see if there's any fish around. I believe this dock is new as well. I don't believe that is something that was there in patch 0.7. It's interesting too. Most of my fishing was done on my laptop instead of on a desktop computer like I'm on right now. So I have a different mouse, and it definitely changes the feel of the fishing game. like we caught sunfish. Let's see, what are we going to get from our sunfish? 60 bucks, 60 gold. That's pretty good. Let's see what skills we got with fishing. So to begin, increases the sell price of all fish by 5, 10, and 15 gold. Increases the attraction radius of your fishing hook by 10, 20, and 30%. And fishing nets crafted at the loom require 10, 20, and 30% less wood and stone to craft. Now, the automation is going to be helpful because for me, I like to get as many of our fishing nets out on our farm as possible, as quickly as possible, just because it's a great passive income. But in the meantime, I think what we're going to do, because we are trying to get as much gold as we can through fishing, we will increase the sell price of all fish by 5 gold for right now, which will be super helpful going forward. It doesn't look like the spawn rates of the fish here are that amazing, so we're going to take a quick shortcut through these crabby guys. Now, we could just run and skip our way through them, but one of the really neat things about this game is you can shoot through items, but NPCs can't walk through them. They have to go around. So, by the time these guys get to us, over here up top, we can just shoot from behind some trees and not worry about taking any damage. Few more fish spawning down in this area. So let's do some fishing. We'll get some more gold, and perhaps we can buy a few fish. Bashful pike. Let's take a look and see. So we caught a crab. We can sell those for 28. Looks like bashful pike is also 28. Swim away from our hook. There we go. Ooh, this one's a rare one. Let's see if we can catch it. I think I'm only going to try 3 or 4 times to see if we can catch it, and then we'll move on. Close. All right, let's try one. If not, we'll move on and catch some other fish until we get our skills up a little bit. Close every time. Yeah, doesn't look like there are any other fish to catch. Maybe this guy is scaring them all away. Close again. Now we'll go find a different fishing spot. There we go. Much easier to catch these fish. Blue, blue gill, same price. I think all of these common fish are more or less the same price. Upped our fishing, and yeah, let's increase that sell price by another 5 gold. In fact, let's see if we can get that up to the max 15 gold increase by the end of the night here. Then all of the fish that we are selling will give us an extra 15 gold each. Will be super helpful. Red tie guppy. Let's go for 31. So you're seeing these prices increasing in real time as we increase those skills, which is really helpful. Oh, tadpole. That's interesting. Are there no more fish here? Oh, there we go. A Dorado. How much a Dorado going for? 30? Oh, 46 for that tadpole. That's pretty good. You'll notice none of these increase your health or mana permanently, but they do an increase if you would if you wanted to save them for when you're doing combat or something like that. Maybe skills. Ooh, silver carp. That'll be worth quite a bit more, which is nice. Ooh, this one's a fast one. See if we can get that big fish instead. Yeah, there we go. Big fish is a lot slower. A mud catfish. I haven't seen one of those before. Oh, and looks like we got to our level 4 fishing. So we're going to increase our fish. And it's getting pretty dark, so we're going to head back to our farm. We're going to move over some of the same stuff here. Let's move all of our fish over. Looks like we've got a pretty good amount of gold coming in tomorrow. I'm going to keep this sand just because I know we need sand for, I believe it is the composter. Yep, our composter. So we need 5 sand there. Let's see, next, hopefully we're able to find some silk maybe, and that might help us with the loom there. Oh, it looks like we have some more items here as well. We have a fish grill and a sushi table. So maybe we should be keeping our Dorado and our carp for those 2 items. Although it looks like you need iron ore and iron bars, which we're not really close to getting anyway. So we'll leave those 2 for now. cardboard box mount whistle. That's kind of cool. We don't necessarily need tiles right now either. That would be if we wanted to make our farm here. However, a farmer's table would be helpful. So I think we're going to wait until we have wheat. We're going to make a whole bunch of wood planks though. Get those going. Plant screen root seed that we have found. I always like to keep my watering can nice and full. And let's move our planks out of our inventory there. Oh, I forgot to as well look at our keepsake here. So it looks like the Riches keepsake gives us 100 gold per day, which has been helping us for sure. And it's not quite bedtime, so let's go ahead and chop a few of these mature trees down. Now these items that drop, they will despawn eventually, but you do have quite a bit of time to gather them up. So you don't have to worry too much about doing that. You can chop a couple more trees down if needed. So I want to make sure that I'm standing on this other side because I believe if it falls, we're not going to be able to reach some of those logs. So we want to make sure it's falling away from this area, which we can't get to. Look at that, level 8 exploration. And we're going to increase our movement speed again. I think that's more or less going to be my go-to option for skills, is increasing movement speed until we're as maxed out as we can go, and then we'll focus on other things. I like to get around quickly. Helps you complete different tasks more quickly, which is always great. Wonderful. And we're getting that 11 o'clock buzz going on. Oh, let's check our inventory quick here. Now looks like we have a dragon fang. Oh, it would look good in a museum. So that's a keep item. We'll have to check out the museum in a bit here, but it looks like that's an item for the museum that we want to keep and eventually give up to the museum for a nice little exhibit. Would you like to sleep? And we're going to select yes, we would like to sleep, but for the moment we're going to take a little bit of a break. Looks like we've been streaming for 2.5 hours. So we'll be back here in a little bit. Go take a little bit of a break and be back for day 3 of Sunhaven.